Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Dying Scene Record Radar presented by Punk Rock Radar. I'm your host, Dylan, aka Screeching Bottle Rocket. If you're new here, this is a weekly series where I talk about all things new in the world of punk rock vinyl, new releases, reissues, all that fun stuff. We got a huge column this week. We got 20 different records to talk about. The first of which is this surprising reissue of Less Than Jake's Hello Rockview. I think this is only available right now on their US tour, the Hello Rockview 25th anniversary tour. And this is really interesting because I haven't seen anything about this online from the band or from Smart Punk Records, who it looks like is releasing this. But this is a double LP Hello Rockview reissue. And what's really interesting is the second record has bonus tracks. It has demos, including a song I've never heard of. I think it didn't make the record, but it was never released as a B-side. And then there's some live songs and also some re-recordings, it looks like, of a few tracks. All My Best Friends Are Metalheads and History of a Boring Town. Those, there's some versions of those on the track list that I see that say 2023. So that's really interesting. Also, the color variant is insane. So one of the records is this blue splatter, and then the other is a yellow splatter. But yeah, very little information on this, pressing numbers and things like that. All I know is it's available at the band's merch table on their Hello Rockview tour that they just kicked off. So if you want to get this, you got to go to a show. And they're coming to Orlando, and I was on the fence about going to the Orlando show because I live in Florida. I can see Less Than Jake a few times a year, and I've seen them play Hello Rockview. But now that I see this, and there's a chance that there might not be another way to get this, I'm really I'm leaning towards going to that show now. So maybe that'll be the same for you. Anyway, moving on. Next up in the long line of releases this week, we got two split releases, actually. The first one is Satanic Surfers and 10-Foot Pole split from 1995, the year I was born. This one they got on red vinyl and black vinyl, and it's coming out in September, I believe. Could be wrong. I think it's September, though. Other split release we got announced this week, a reissue, is the Ataris and Useless ID, the Let It Burn split, and this one is on this cool half blue, half red colored vinyl. I don't know how many copies they press because they don't say. Next up, more recently released record that's getting repressed, Inviting Light by the Flatliners. Two new color variants. There's this one that's pictured here, which is limited to 200 copies, and then there's another like a pinkish, they call it coral colored vinyl, that's limited to 300 copies. Here's an awesome release, brand new record, switching gears here a little bit from all the reissues and represses. The McRackins, veteran pop punk band from Canada, their new record, Wake the Fun Up. The color variants for this are awesome. There's this one here, Watermelon Gushers. We also have Dunkaroos Frosting, Orange Melted Creamsicle, and Spitting Blood Gladiator. They're all limited to 100 copies each, and you can get them from Mom's Basement Records. Awesome record, too. This is one of my favorite releases of June. So definitely pick this up if you like old school pop punk / Ramones core. Some more stuff from Mom's Basement Records you can get while you're picking up the McRackins album. We got two live records from punk rock Reduno. We got the Proton Packs and the Huntingtons. Two color variants for both of these. You can get them on Mom's Basement's web store, as well as punk rock Reduno in Europe. Another new release, we got the Codefendants, Fat Mike, Get Dead, singer Sam King, and some other associated individuals. This is a 10-inch EP. Honestly, man, it's kind of a ripoff. $18. There's 3 songs. 2 of them are the same song, but one's an acoustic version. And 2 of the tracks are from the album they released earlier this year. I don't remember what the fuck the song's called. Sell Me Youth. So there's 2 versions of that song on here. There's the album version and an acoustic version. And then there's another song called Cinematic, which is the only truly new song on here. So, I mean, $18 for one new song, a song that was already on the album, and an acoustic version of this song. Like, yeah, I don't know about that one, guys. I'm gonna pass on it. Bouncing Souls, How I Spent My Summer Vacation reissue. 500 copies on red with white swirl. Already got this one on a different variant, so don't need it. But if you need this fantastic album, pick it up. Alright, here's back to some reissues. We got Hickey. This is like one of the hardest albums to get of all time because it got released once and never got repressed. It goes for like $300 on Discogs. Dead Broke Records reissued it. They had 200 something copies on red vinyl and 800 on black vinyl. The red vinyl already sold out, so that'll be coming to Discogs soon, I'm sure. Black vinyl still in stock, so get that while you can. By the way, didn't mention it, links to all these records where you can buy them can be found in the description, the link to dyingscene.com. So check that out if you want to buy any of these. Another repress. This is the 14th pressing of Joyce Manor's self-titled debut album on Asian Man Records. 14 pressings. Mike Park is a machine with keeping stuff in print. 1,000 copies on pink colored vinyl for this one. Get it from Asian Man. Another repress. We got Drunk Tank from the Netherlands. Great skate punk band. They're coming to Canada soon in September for some shows. The Thousand Islands Records is repressing their most recent album, Return of the Infamous Four, with a revised like Canadian themed cover. So that's pretty cool. Red vinyl and white vinyl available from Thousand Islands. It's also going to be at the shows. So if you live in Montreal or Quebec, check out Drunk Tank in September and grab the record. Alright, another reissue of a very hard to find album. Another one that hasn't been repressed since its original release in 1996. We get the Beatnik Termites with, I think it's their sophomore album, Bubblecore. So yeah, if you've been looking for this, very hard to find record, again, you can get it from Hey Suburbia Records on pink vinyl. They made 500 copies of this. Back to some new releases. We got a Westbound Train ska band from Boston, veteran ska band. Their most recent album, Dedication, this got a digital release in 2022, but now it's getting released physically, so that's really cool. This is a very good album. Reggae / two-tone kind of ska. And the color variant looks nice too. The cover art is also different from the digital release. New Jeff Rosenstock album, Hell Mode. This just got announced. He released the first single, Doubt. Check that out on the Dying Scene column as well. There's a bunch of color variants of this one, like at least a dozen. So I have a link to where all of those can be found as well on the Dying Scene article. New split 7-inch, some Ramones core up-and-coming bands, the Zonoids and Bad Secret. This one just came out on Hey Pizza Records. The songs that they're streaming sound awesome, so if you like Ramones core, definitely need to pick this one up. There's 3 color variants. And then we got a Rebuilder from Boston. With their new album, Local Support. This is coming out on AF Records next month. And cool fun fact, this cover art was, the photograph was taken by Brittany, who's a really great photographer who does concert photography for Dying Scene. So yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I really like it's really simple, but I like it. I also like the album name too. So, and the variants are cool too. So everything about this is awesome. So check that out. Another new release from Chicago's Sincere Engineer. I like the color variant name. I think it's called Steak and Sauce. This one's coming out on Hopeless Records in September. The 2 singles they've released. I'm usually not into this kind of like indie rockish pop punk too much, but the songs are super catchy. So definitely check those out. The latest being California King. I think you'll like them. It's really accessible. Just excellent songwriting, really good vocals. This is one to look out for. I think this will be a sleeper pick for a lot of people's best of the year. And then the last few releases we got from Rad Girlfriend Records. This one's from Tokyo, Japan's What Goes Up. It's their debut album. Spotify says this came out in April. I didn't hear anything about it up until now. But it's getting a physical release from Rad Girlfriend, as well as Brassneck Records in the UK and Waterslide Records in Japan. They're from Tokyo, but they sound like a Midwest punk band. So I mean, if you like Banner Pilot, the Dopamines, Rational Anthem, the Caffeines, this is excellent. Super energetic Midwest punk. Definitely one that flew under my radar, but no more will it fly under the radar. And then the last release, also from Rad Girlfriend Records, another split release. I think that makes 4 on this week's record radar. From the Raging Nathans and the Story Changes. This one comes out in, I think, August. I could be wrong. Maybe later this month, July. Anyway, 4-song split. 2 tracks are streaming now, so you can check those out in the link in the description. I really like the Story Changes song that's streaming. 4 color variants. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Anyway, that'll conclude this week's marathon run edition of the Record Radar. I think this was the biggest column I've done yet. 20 releases, pretty crazy. But yeah, like I said, if you want to buy any of these records, link in the description to how you can do that, and also check out a bunch of songs from them if you're on the fence about anything. But thank you for watching another edition of the Record Radar, and I hope to see you next time.